Hi everyone, I hope you're well. It's Simranjeet Mann here, and in today's video we'll be looking at how much money I made on YouTube in the space of a year. So the timeline that we're thinking about is March 2021 to March 2022. In terms of why I'm making this video, I think it's quite useful for those of you who may be looking to start a YouTube channel, or those of you who are curious about how much money a small YouTube channel makes. A little bit of a disclaimer though, in no way am I trying to, or do I intend to, show off how much money I'm making. It's not like that at all. I think it's just about transparency. I think sometimes the whole topic of people earning money can be a bit of a taboo subject and people don't like talking about it as much, but I'm quite transparent and open about that kind of thing. In no way in this video am I also saying that money is the only aspect why I make YouTube videos. It's not like that at all. I think primarily you have to enjoy making YouTube videos. You have to enjoy the process. You have to enjoy content creating, because if it's only purely about money, then you don't really enjoy it as much, and that kind of interest wanes. That's what I found from my personal perspective anyway. So I guess those disclaimers are out of the way. Let's get straight into the actual video itself. So I thought it'd be useful first of all to start off about my background on YouTube. So I started YouTube on the 7th of May 2020. In order to monetize on your YouTube channel, you need at least 1,000 subscribers and you need to have 4,000 watch hours on your channel. So once you've got those two things, then you are eligible to apply to the YouTube partnership program. So I achieved around 1,000 subscribers around December of 2020. The 4,000 watch hours was a difficult part for me, and I think I reached those 4,000 watch hours in around February or March in 2021. Yeah, so the 4,000 watch hours part was the most difficult part for me personally, albeit there are some other channels out there that get loads and loads of views and watch hours really fast, and they tend to get the subscribers slower. So watch hours for me, the way I saw that was how many minutes people watch your YouTube channel. So there may be instances where someone clicks on your channel, they watch a video and they only stay on for 10 seconds and they move on to a next one. So that's quite a low retention rate. Whereas the whole point of YouTube, and I think the way in which the YouTube model is designed in order for you to make more money, in order to become eligible for the partnership program, the way I understand it, I'm by no means an expert, so I may be wrong on this, but the way I saw it is that you'd have to try and retain your audience in your videos, so keeping them engaged in your videos for a set amount of time. So I became eligible and I received my first payment from the YouTube partnership program in April 2021. This money comes from placing ads in your videos. So you'll be seeing me place an ad at the start of my videos, in the middle and at the end. I'm sorry, but that's just the way I do it. In terms of the payment structure, I get paid every month, but that amount varies. So for the last few months, I haven't been as active on my YouTube channel, so the amount that I've been paid every month has been a little bit lower than what I usually receive. So yeah, I think the monthly payment that you have, it does vary based on how much content you're creating and the success of your videos. And by success, I mean whether they've got high retention rates, whether they've got high engagement rates, whether they've got loads of views, etc. So it all plays a part. Now there's a few tips that I've picked up along the way during my YouTube channel in terms of the way in which I've tried to increase my revenue as much as I can. And I touch upon it a little bit, and to be fair, I'm still by no means an expert. I'm still learning about this, but this is just things that I personally want to improve on. And one of those things firstly is to create engaging introductions. People have such short attention spans, and usually I found on average that people tend to drop off my videos around the 3rd or 4th minute of this video. And I want to try and increase that as much as I can, because that's, in my opinion, how you try and get as much money as you can on YouTube. And we'll look at the stats later on in this video, and you'll see from some of the stats that some of the videos where I have earned the most money aren't necessarily the ones that have the most views. They're the ones that have had one of the highest audience retention rates. So I think that initial impression, creating a really engaging introduction, is what makes audiences stay for longer. I think also it's really important to know what your subscribers want to watch. There have been a few videos of mine, especially my last few, when I'm visiting America, when I'm visiting India, where I've done vlogs that have been a little bit outside of my niche. So by no means am I someone who really sticks to my niche and really tries to, aim to just make videos within that niche. There have been moments, especially recently, where I have gone outside of that and I've tried to explore other things. I always want to try and watch as many YouTubers as I can as well. There are particular YouTubers that I follow where I really, really admire the way they edit or make videos. They kind of make it into some sort of movie, and that's the way I aspire to be, because that's again linking back to my first point, is it makes your videos a lot more engaging and audiences want to stick around for longer. One thing that I did do that actually increased my income more than it would have been was I created a website as well, and on that website I placed adverts, and those adverts are also ran by Google AdSense. So when I get website views, or when people see adverts on my website as well, that then adds on to the revenue that I've gained every month from my YouTube videos, and I just get a lump payment every month from Google AdSense. So I've basically combined my website and my YouTube payments into one, and that just comes into my account monthly. And again, that's something that I've done on top of my YouTube channel to increase the amount of monthly income that I'm getting from the content that I create. Now let's get to the important part, the reason why you've probably clicked on this video in the first place. It's all about, I guess, how much I've earned so far on YouTube. So this is YouTube Studio, and YouTube Studio is where you can see your stats behind your YouTube videos. And if I go right here on analytics and I go on revenue, this is how I analyze my revenue over the last, since I started my YouTube channel and since I started monetizing. So yeah, this is the main dashboard, and if I explain these different wordings here, RPM stands for revenue per mil, and it tells you how much you've earned per 1,000 views. In all honesty, when it comes to these little things like RPM and CPM, I still don't really fully understand what they mean. I guess that links to another tip that I have that I need to actually listen to myself, is to understand what these terms actually mean and what my analytics actually mean. And then CPM is effective playback based cost per mil. So it tells you how much advertisers have paid per 1,000 monetized playbacks. So yeah, since I've started my YouTube channel, my estimated revenue has increased a bit. It was on a good trajectory, especially at this point here. That was my absolute peak, and that was after I'd done my video. This is my most popular video. It's my first day in the office. I think it's reached around 55,000 views. So that being my most popular video, it's no surprise that after that period there was a huge spike in my revenue, and also again there was a bit of a spike here. I don't know why there's a bit of a spike there, but there was, and it must have been because one of these videos was just really engaging and it had a high retention. But yeah, there was a trajectory of me somewhat going upwards, and there was an upwards trend. But of course, as I became a lot less consistent at the start of this year, that decreased. And because I'm starting to pick myself back up again, it's slowly going back up again as well. So the main takeaway that I get from this is the more consistently you create content, the better you do. And I know YouTubers like Ali Abdal, for example, they say that you should be making videos twice a week, and that is possible if you have the time for that. I personally can only really stick to one video a week at the moment if I can, because that's just how I can balance all the rest of the things that I've got going on. This bit's also really, I guess, quite insightful for me, because one of my most top earning video that's nearly earned 200 quid for me is watch me do a Watson Glazer test. Now this has high views, that's for sure. Like compared to my other videos, this video also has high views, but the reason why I know this video is at the top is because of its retention and how long it's held audience's engagement for. I designed this video specifically in such a way that it meant that the viewer was going and following a Watson Glazer test along with me. So that automatically meant that the retention rate for this video and the engagement would be very high as well. So as you can see here, look, as I mentioned, the engagement of this video was 7 minutes and 54 seconds. Now that's quite high compared to my average. My average engagement retention rate on YouTube is 3 to 4 minutes. So that's usually around the 3 to 4 minute mark. That's when people drop off my videos and go and watch something else or close the YouTube tab because they've had enough. So having a retention of nearly 8 minutes is pretty strong for my channel. And that's why this video has been my top earning one. So that's two things, I guess, that you can gather from my statistics as a small YouTuber. It's consistency and its engagement. Those are two things that I need for my videos to have a higher income. Now let's move on to the moment that you've been waiting for, I guess. It's finding out how much I've actually earned in the space of a year on the YouTube partnership program. Now for this, I need to go into my Notion planner and I need to actually count up and filter how much I've earned. So this is how much I've earned off YouTube AdSense. Now you can see here, it started off with my first payment in April 2021 of £63.41, and every month it's increased. My absolute peak was in December, and around about that time in December, I was very consistent. I remember I was posting one video every week for the last 2 to 3 months in that period, which I'm not surprised, therefore it meant that I guess it accumulated in that sense. So if we add all of these up, this leads to a total of £1,896.28. But remember what I told you at the start of this video, where this figure also includes website. So the fact that I have a website and I've put adverts on my website, and then those can then get collated into my YouTube payments. So these also include my payments that I've gotten from placing adverts on my website as well. If we were to fully focus on YouTube only, I can get that figure for you. If I count up the figure from March down to March, I'll get a total of £1,368.13. Sorry, my camera just died right at the end of the video, which is just so ideal, but I thought I'd finish the rest of the video on my iPhone. But essentially what I was trying to say was I earned an extra £528.15 by placing adverts on my website. My website I think cost around 150 or 200 to make via Squarespace. So I've already made that money back through placing adverts on that website. So that's, I guess, another tip that you can use to maximize your revenue that you're getting from your content creation. But hopefully this video was useful in terms of just helping you understand how much money can be made on YouTube. I'm quite happy with the figure that I've made. I wasn't expecting to make that much in a year, but I guess it's great. It was a little bit of pocket money that just came in every month in terms of extra income. So I am pretty happy with that. Hopefully I can increase that this year and just keep on going on an upward trajectory. And yeah, hopefully this video has been useful. If you want to watch, or if you are interested in any other YouTube based videos where I talk about my YouTube channel or making videos, just feel free to let me know and I'll try and create content on that. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.